Virgo, stop scrolling. Something unseen is happening between May 28th and May 31st, and the universe has chosen you to witness it. This is not just another astrological transit. This is a spiritual trap, a test, a checkpoint between your current life and the one you were destined for. You may feel anxious, restless, watched, because you are. The universe has laid a mysterious energetic trap just for Virgo, a trap that only the awakened will recognize, a trap that will either unlock your next level or hold you prisoner in a cycle you were born to break. And here's the truth no one else will say: if you miss the signs, you stay stuck until 2033. Yes, 2033. But if you pass this divine test, your destiny will quantum shift. Your path to wealth, love, purpose, and clarity will open like never before. Because you didn't come here to live a small life, Virgo. You came here to elevate timelines. So the question is, will you fall into the trap or rise into your true power? Virgo? This trap isn't something you'll see with your eyes. You won't find it in your inbox or on a calendar because it's not physical, it's energetic. And that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. Between May 28th and May 31st, the universe isn't testing your muscles. It's testing your discernment, your alignment, your ability to feel through the noise. This trap shows up in your everyday life, disguised as small moments, ordinary decisions, casual conversations. But make no mistake, these are spiritual booby traps, designed to either unlock your next chapter or drag you back into a karmic loop. You'll notice the trap in distractions that suddenly seem important. That ex who randomly messages you late at night. A too good to be true financial shortcut that's tempting your values. A wave of doubt that hits you just when you were feeling aligned. A last-minute decision that pulls you away from your spiritual practice. They seem like nothing at first, but these are the final tests, and the universe is watching how you respond. Do you choose logic, or do you trust your soul? Do you chase comfort, or step toward your calling? This is spiritual warfare disguised as routine choices. And you, Virgo, are being tested because of how powerful your potential truly is. You're someone who analyzes, solves, organizes, and supports. But in this window, your biggest weapon is your intuition. You'll feel the trap when things start to feel off, when someone says something that doesn't sit right, when you're being rushed into a decision that needs patience, when your body says no, but your mind is trying to talk you into yes. The spiritual trap works by creating energetic noise, so much distraction that you ignore your inner voice. And here's the truth, this is the universe not punishing you, but preparing you. Because the timeline you've asked for, whether it's love, success, or clarity, requires a stronger version of you. A version that can say, I'm not falling for this again. I see through this pattern. I choose alignment over addiction. So when the trap shows up, Virgo, pause, feel, observe, and then choose with your soul. Because the test is never in what you see, it's in what you sense. And only those who sense the unseen will pass the portal ahead. Virgo, have you ever wondered why the universe always seems to test you harder than most? It's not because you're weak, it's because you're wired for transformation, and that makes you a threat to every outdated pattern trying to hold on. Your gift is your mind. You seek logic, structure, and purpose. You love to fix, serve, and perfect. You see what others don't, and feel what others ignore. But your greatest strength can also become your greatest trap, because the same mind that solves problems can also overthink yourself into sabotage. The same intuition that helps others can become tangled in your own self-doubt. And this is exactly why you're being targeted right now. From May 28th to May 31st, there's a cosmic tension in the air. You might already feel it, like something invisible is pressing against your energy field. That's not your imagination. That's the spiritual pressure point of retrograde energy, designed to pull up every emotion you haven't dealt with. The mind is loud, the soul is whispering, and the universe is watching which one you'll listen to. You may start seeing angel numbers, repeating codes like 444, protection, 911, soul awakening, 333, divine alignment. These are not just cute signs, they are alerts, cosmic notifications that your soul is entering a testing zone. And here's the deeper layer. You're not just breaking your own patterns, you're clearing ancestral karma. Yes, Virgo, this spiritual trap isn't just about you. You're carrying energies from past generations, unhealed stories, emotional weight, patterns of fear, perfectionism, or silence. Between May 28th and May 31st, the universe is targeting your mind, because your mind is your power and your prison. This is the moment to ask, am I thinking from fear or from faith? Am I replaying trauma or writing a new truth? The old Virgo archetype is being burned away. The version of you who tolerated being unseen, unheard, overworked, underloved. She's being called to rise. And the trap will feel subtle, a sudden spiral of, what if I'm not good enough? A conversation that triggers your need to fix someone, a situation that makes you second-guess your worth. That's not coincidence, that's divine precision. So when your mind gets noisy, get still. When doubt creeps in, breathe deeper. And when you feel the pull to overgive or overthink, ask yourself, is this love or is this a trap? Because Virgo, the universe isn't trying to destroy you. It's trying to recode you from logic to intuition, from fear to flow, from stuck to spiritually unstoppable. Virgo, let's talk about one of the clearest spiritual signs that you're under attack between May 28th and May 31st. You feel exhausted, but not the normal kind of tired. This is different. You've been sleeping, eating okay, maybe even resting more than usual, but your body feels heavy, your energy feels hollow, and your mind is foggy, like you're carrying someone else's weight. This is not stress. This is not burnout. This is an energetic leak, and it's one of the universe's earliest warning signs that you're walking into a trap. Here's the truth. When your energy starts leaking, it means your spiritual boundaries are under attack. You may have noticed random headaches, sudden emotional waves, feeling like you've taken on someone else's mood, or just a deep, unexplained fatigue that comes in waves. If you feel tired between these dates, it's not just stress, it's your spirit defending itself from low vibrational traps. This type of tiredness isn't cured with coffee or naps. Because it's not physical, it's spiritual exhaustion, your aura working overtime to protect your soul from energies that don't belong to you. And Virgo, you are a healer by nature. You absorb, you hold space, you fix. But during May 28th to May 31st, that sacred gift becomes a weapon used against you if you don't protect your field. The trap is subtle. You're nudged into saying yes when you should say no. You take one more call, one more task, one more emotional load. You convince yourself it's not a big deal, but every time you do, you surrender a piece of your energetic sovereignty. And the more you give away without intention, the more drained you become, until you no longer have clarity to see the real trap in front of you. This is how spiritual exhaustion works. It doesn't hit you all at once, it chips away at your defenses. So when the real karmic test arrives, you're too depleted to respond from your higher self. So what should you do? Protect your boundaries like they are portals, because they are. Say no without guilt, take intentional solitude, cleanse your energy with water, smoke, or silence. Ask yourself daily, is this mine to carry? Because Virgo, your energy is sacred, and between May 28th and May 31st, your tiredness isn't weakness, it's your soul whispering, shield up. We're being watched. Don't ignore that whisper, because it's the first step in passing this test and protecting your timeline. Virgo, if someone from your past suddenly reaches out between May 28th and May 31st, pause. Don't answer right away, because this may not be a coincidence. It might be the final test your soul has been preparing for. Maybe it's an ex. Maybe it's a friend you thought you'd left behind. Maybe it's a family member who always pulls you into guilt, chaos, or control. If someone from your past shows up between May 28th to 31st, be very cautious. They may be the final test your soul must pass. This isn't about revenge. It's not even about them. It's about what they represent. A karmic loop. A version of you that you've worked so hard to outgrow, coming back to see if you'll slip back into it when the universe turns up the emotional pressure. The trap? Thinking they've changed, telling yourself maybe it'll be different this time. Convincing your heart that nostalgia is love when it might just be spiritual seduction. The truth? These people are karmic mirrors. They are not here to heal you. They are here to reveal you, to show you how far you've come or how much you're still willing to settle. They'll say the right things. They'll promise they've evolved. They'll feel familiar, comforting, even magnetic. But remember this, the universe doesn't send soulmates during spiritual tests. It sends reflections of your former self to see if you still resonate with that energy or if you're ready to walk into your next timeline. This is spiritual trickery at its finest, and the test isn't whether or not you love them. It's whether or not you still abandon yourself to keep them around. Virgo, you are a healer. You want to believe in second chances. You want to fix what's broken. But May 28th to 31st is not a window for reconciliation. It's a checkpoint for release. Ask yourself, am I responding to their message out of love or out of loneliness? Do I truly believe they've changed? Or am I just craving connection? This test isn't about being cold or heartless. It's about choosing your evolved self over your past attachments. Because once you pass this, the universe aligns you with people who reflect your healed energy, not your hurt history. But if you fail, you risk being pulled back into cycles that feel safe, but secretly suffocate your growth. So the next time your phone lights up, or someone suddenly appears with sweet words and old energy, pause, breathe, and remember, sometimes the past doesn't come back to stay. It comes back to see if you're still available. Virgo. Between May 28th and May 31st, don't be surprised if you suddenly feel invisible. You could be doing everything right, showing up, helping others, being consistent, and yet somehow you still feel overlooked, unnoticed, maybe even rejected by the very people you've given your heart to. But this isn't just sadness. It's not just a bad day. This feeling is a trap. It's the universe testing if you still crave external validation or if you finally anchored your worth internally. You see, the old Virgo was always trying to prove something, to be good enough, smart enough, useful enough, always doing more, just to feel seen. But this test, it hits differently because it's quiet, it's spiritual. The trap is spiraling into unworthiness, believing that because others don't acknowledge you, your value doesn't exist. You might hear that inner voice whispering, maybe I'm not doing enough, maybe I'm not important. Why am I always invisible when I need someone? Virgo, stop. You are not invisible. You are being refined. You are not unworthy. You are being recentered. This moment of feeling unseen is not a punishment. It's preparation. Because the next level of your life will require you to walk through rooms full of people who don't clap and still own your worth like you were sent there by God. This is where your soul is being calibrated, not for applause, but for alignment, not for validation, but for vibration. You must remember your divine value, even when no one is watching, even when the world is silent. Because the truth is, your power doesn't come from their approval. It comes from your alignment with Source. So when this trap hits, do this. Place your hand on your heart, breathe deeply, say out loud, I am enough. I am seen by the universe. My value is not up for debate. Because this isn't just about feeling unseen. It's about learning that you never needed their spotlight. You came here to be the light. And Virgo, when you pass this test, when you choose to believe in your worth, even when the world is quiet, that's when everything shifts. The right people find you, the right opportunities open up, and your frequency becomes undeniable. So don't fall for the trap, because the universe isn't ignoring you. It's waiting to see. Do you know who you are when no one is looking? Virgo, if the signs have started appearing, if your energy feels drained, if the past has come knocking, if your soul feels unseen, then know this: you are in the trap zone, but you're also holding the key to escape it. Your protection is your awareness. And once you recognize that these moments are not random, they are spiritual checkpoints, everything changes. So what can you do between May 28th and May 31st to protect your timeline and pass the test? Let's walk through it. 1. Meditate for at least 10 minutes a day, especially right before sleep. Close your eyes, breathe, disconnect from the noise. Ask, what is the energy trying to teach me today? Not all answers come through thoughts, some come through stillness. This quiet time strengthens your intuition, and right now, that's your greatest weapon. 2. Burn sage or Palo Santo. Daily cleanse your space, your phone, your energy. These aren't just rituals, they're frequency resets. Low vibrational energy sticks to cluttered spaces and ungrounded people. Smoke is ancient, sacred, protective. Do it intentionally. Open the windows, speak it aloud. I clear what doesn't belong to me. Only light may remain. 3. Write this spiritual affirmation 11 times each night. I choose alignment, not attachment. Yes, 11 times. Why? Because repetition rewires your subconscious. And this sentence is a spell, a declaration that you no longer chase what distracts you. You attract what aligns with you. This ritual will anchor you during moments of temptation, confusion, or loneliness. 4. Avoid major decisions between May 28th and May 31st unless deeply spiritually guided. This is not the time to sign that contract. Say yes to that impulsive trip, or get back with someone you already outgrew. The energy is volatile, cloudy, spiritually charged. Act only from clarity, not pressure. If you're unsure, wait. If you're anxious, pause. If your gut says no, listen. And finally, take solitude seriously. You don't need to isolate yourself, but you do need space to hear yourself, because the world will get loud this week, but your soul will still whisper. Will you hear it? Virgo, your ability to observe without reacting, your power to feel without attaching, and your courage to pause instead of pleasing. These are the skills that will help you survive the trap and step fully into your next timeline. So don't underestimate the little rituals. They are not small. They are spiritual armor. Your awareness is your shield. Your alignment is your sword. And your intuition? That's your compass. So stay grounded, stay clear, and choose, again and again, your highest self. Virgo, this isn't about scaring you. This is about waking you up before the door closes, because here's the truth most won't tell you. If you fall into the spiritual trap between May 28th and May 31st, you won't just feel stuck for a few days. You could delay your destiny until 2033, yes. That's not a typo. You could be repeating this same karmic lesson in a different form for the next 8 years. That's not fear. That's a final wake-up call from the universe. Because if you ignore these signs, if you fall back into that toxic loop, if you silence your intuition just to please someone else, you risk everything that's trying to come toward you. Let's break it down. Missed soulmate connection. Your real aligned love, your divine mirror, is not going to show up while you're still entertaining karmic imitations. If you let the past sneak back in, you may miss the soulmate who's waiting for you to close that old chapter for good. Financial blockages. That new opportunity, the raise, the aligned business idea, it won't flow in while your energy is tangled in fear, scarcity, or outdated roles. The universe does not deposit wealth into hands that are still gripping the past. Repeating karmic patterns. This is the most dangerous trap of all. You'll think you're doing something new, but it's just an old loop wearing a new mask. You'll feel the same pain, the same frustration, the same emotional exhaustion, and here's what makes it worse. You'll know better, but still do it anyway. That's when karma tightens its grip. Because you're not being punished, Virgo. You're being given a choice. You were chosen to break this cycle, not repeat it. You didn't come here to suffer. You didn't come here to play small. You came here to elevate the frequency of your entire bloodline. So yes, this test is hard. Yes, it's emotional. Yes, there are moments you'll feel tempted to go back to what's familiar. But comfort is not your calling. Destiny is. So what happens if you fail this test? You delay the timeline. You invite spiritual stagnation. You walk through life wondering why nothing feels aligned, why it all feels almost right but never fully clicks. Because the energy you allow between May 28th and May 31st is setting the tone for the rest of your year, and possibly your next era. So Virgo, be honest, will you fall for the trap or finally rise above it? Virgo, let's make something very clear. You're not being punished, you're being prepared. Between May 28th and May 31st, you are standing at what the universe calls a cosmic checkpoint. A sacred window in time where timelines shift, identities dissolve, and destinies activate. This is not a normal week. This is the test before the transformation, the friction before the freedom, the storm before the shift. Everything you've been feeling lately, the tension, the confusion, the fatigue, the signs, it's all been preparing you for this moment. You've been shedding layers, breaking patterns, healing wounds no one even saw. And now the universe is asking, are you ready to be who you truly are? Because if you pass this test, Virgo, if you listen to your soul louder than your fear, if you choose alignment over addiction, then what's waiting for you on the other side is beyond your imagination. If passed, here's what activates. Abundance. Money flows easier, not because you chased it, but because you finally matched it. Your vibration becomes a magnet. Alignment. You no longer second guess. You wake up with clarity, with direction, with that deep inner knowing. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. Soul tribe activation. The right people show up. Those who see your spirit, not your performance. People who elevate you, not drain you. All of it, already encoded in your soul's contract, but only unlocked when you say, I am done, repeating what I've outgrown. This isn't about being perfect, it's about being present, being conscious enough to say, I feel the test, and I choose growth anyway. Virgo, you were born to decode the unseen. That's why you notice patterns others miss. That's why your intuition speaks in riddles. That's why your life has never been ordinary, because you were never meant to walk the average path. This test, it's not punishment, it's your soul's graduation, the final checkpoint before you step into the version of yourself you always felt was coming, but couldn't quite reach, until now. So stand tall, hold your frequency, and walk through this test like the divine interpreter you are. Because the universe isn't just watching, it's waiting for you to step up, so it can finally give you what's been waiting all along. Virgo, you've made it to the end of this message, and that means one thing. Your soul is awake. You were meant to hear this, because you are one of the few who are being called to survive this trap and step into something greater. Now, take the next step. Go watch this video right now. Virgo, 5 millionaire numbers for June. The universe has sent you codes. Because once you pass this spiritual test between May 28th and May 31st, the reward that's waiting on the other side will shock you. New energy, new abundance, new timeline. But it all starts with one decision. Will you survive the trap or stay stuck in the cycle? Comment below 11. Times to anchor your breakthrough. I will survive this test. I am ready for my next timeline. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss another divine warning, sacred message, or energetic breakthrough. And don't keep this to yourself. Share this video with another Virgo, because someone you love might be walking right into this trap without even knowing it. Virgo, your future is not something to fear, it's something to choose, and the universe is waiting for your choice. Don't let a spiritual trap steal your divine future. You've come too far. Now go claim the reward, watch the next video, your new timeline is waiting.